All right, let's take a journey together. Today, we're diving deep into a land of thick forests, ancient secrets, and traditions that are just bursting with life. We're heading into the very heart of India, Chhattisgarh. So let me start by asking you a question. What if I told you that one of India's most ecologically rich and culturally profound states is also one of its least explored? Yeah, we're talking about a place that might just be India's best kept secret. So what makes this place so special? Well, the first thing you've got to wrap your head around is this really cool paradox. On the one hand, it's one of India's youngest states, right? It was only officially formed back in the year 2000. But, and this is a big but, its roots go back thousands of years. It's home to one of the subcontinent's oldest civilizations, a young state with a very, very old soul. So where exactly is this hidden heartland? That name isn't just some poetic flair. It's literally in the center of the country, bordered by 7 other states, and yet somehow it's managed to stay off the main tourist trail for so many people. This land is just an incredible mix of things. It's called the Rice Bowl of India because of its huge fertile plains, but at the same time, it's a world of breathtaking waterfalls, ancient temple ruins, and a tribal culture that has been thriving for centuries. Okay, so let's start to peel back the layers and listen to some of those ancient echoes. Because to really get Chhattisgarh, you have to appreciate just how deep its natural and historical roots go. To understand Chhattisgarh, you really have to start with the forests. A staggering 44% of the state is covered in green. And that's not just a statistic, it's the absolute lifeblood of the region. It shapes the culture, the wildlife, its entire identity. And boy, does that history run deep. As you can see from this timeline, long before it was ever called Chhattisgarh, this land was known as Dakshin Kosala. It's seen great empires rise and fall, from the ancient Mauryas through powerful medieval dynasties, all the way to the Mughals and Marathas, until finally, in 2000, it was carved out of Madhya Pradesh to become the state we know today. All of this history, all of this nature, it all leads us to the single most defining feature of the state. If the forests are its body, then without a doubt, the tribal communities are its soul. Now, check this out. This is what's so incredible. Almost a third, 32% of the state's population belongs to scheduled tribes. This isn't some small minority on the fringes. This is a core, fundamental part of the state's identity. And we're talking about amazing diversity here. The state is home to more than 30 distinct tribal communities. You've got the Gond, who are the largest group, and the Maria, famous for their spectacular gar, or bison horn dance. Every single group adds its own unique thread to this incredible cultural fabric. And here's the thing that's so important to understand. This isn't just about history, it's a living, breathing philosophy. The tribal way of life is built on this deep, symbiotic relationship with the forest. It truly represents one of the most eco-friendly cultures anywhere on the planet. So how does this deep connection to nature actually show itself? Well, it just explodes in this incredible array of festivals, arts, and music. Let's tune into the rhythms of this amazing culture. First off, forget everything you think you know about the Festival of Dussehra. In the Bastar region, it is a completely unique celebration dedicated to the tribal goddess Danteswari Devi. And get this, it's known as the world's longest festival. It runs for an unbelievable 75 days. The whole festival is this massive community effort filled with these really profound rituals. And it all leads up to this grand finale, where a huge, beautifully built wooden chariot is pulled by hundreds of people through the town. It's just an incredible sight to see, a real spectacle of collective faith. And that artistic spirit, it just flows into these world-famous handicrafts, starting with what you're looking at here, Dokra art. It's this beautiful bell metal craft made using an ancient lost wax casting technique that's literally thousands of years old. Every single piece tells a story of the forest and its people. From metal, we move to fabric. The state is also home to Koza silk. It's a natural silk that's highly prized for its unique texture and its earthy colors. It's just a perfect example of how this region creates pure luxury right from nature's own loom. And then there's this, which is a powerful display of pure resourcefulness, the wrought iron craft.
Artisans literally take something as simple as recycled scrap metal and they transform it into these powerful, elegant figures that almost seem to capture the very spirit of the forest itself.
But this connection to nature's bounty doesn't just express itself through art. There's a whole other side to Chhattisgarh's story, a powerful, modern pulse, and it's driven by the incredible natural wealth that lies underneath the soil.
I mean, the state is an absolute treasure trove of mineral resources. We're talking massive deposits of coal, iron ore, bauxite, tin, you name it. It's one of India's richest states when it comes to natural wealth.
And all that wealth helps fuel the entire nation. Chhattisgarh is a powerhouse in India's industrial economy. You've got hubs like Pillai with its huge steel plant, and Korba, which is a major center for power generation. They're both absolutely critical to the country's growth. And this creates this really complex, fascinating dynamic where a modern industrial economy is thriving right alongside, and sometimes in tension with, that ancient forest-based way of life.
So in the end, Chhattisgarh is a land of incredible balance. It's a place where the thundering Chitrakoot waterfall, often called the Niagara of India, exists just a short journey from the silent, ancient temple ruins at Sirpur. It's where a modern industrial pulse coexists with an ancient tribal soul.
Which kind of leaves us with one final thought, right? In our modern world, where so many of us are trying to find a better balance between progress and nature, between the new and the old, what can we learn from a place that has been living that balance for centuries? What can we learn from India's tribal soul?